To have a healthy moving spine, we have to have healthy moving feet and ankles. When foot and ankle mobility is limited, then the spine and the lower back especially begin to overcompensate through lack of being able to adjust and move through the feet when we walk. So we're going to go through a full foot and ankle mobility sequence that we can do together. If you find it too difficult to sit on the floor, you could do this sitting on a cushion or sitting on a seat. Now your foot is made up of multiple bones and joints. That tells you they're supposed to move. So we're going to get those bones moving. So we're going to start with your fingers either side of the ball of your foot and your thumbs on top. And we're going to press down through the middle and we're going to pull the outer edges towards you. And release. We're going to keep this movement going. This is going to unstick the arch of the foot that's placed across the ball of the foot. This is the arch of the foot that's most associated with balance and re-equalizing your weight as you walk. If that's not functioning, your lower back will start to overcompensate for that. And then we're going to place the fingers in the middle of the ball of the foot and we're going to press down on the outer edge at the top of the foot this time to help create that arch. So you can see here how we're pressing down on the outer edges of the foot, pushing up through the middle of the foot to help create that arch. And we're just going to continue like this, getting that flexion in the foot. And let's go to the top again. Press the middle away, pull the outer edges towards you. And then underneath again, flexing that foot. Now we're going to add some rotation to the feet. The foot is supposed to be able to rotate as we push off the ball of the foot. So we're going to do some rotation. So I'm just going to get hold of the outside edge of the foot, the inside edge of the foot, and I'm just going to twist the foot in one direction, and then we're going to twist the foot in the other direction, just getting that rotation. Now don't worry if your feet feel really stiff when you first start doing this. If your feet have been tight for a long time, especially if you've been wearing tight footwear, then it's going to take some time for this to unlock. We can't truly strengthen your feet or your ankles unless they're moving and functioning well. And we're going to do this for about a minute. If it feels uncomfortable, if it feels really painful, maybe you're just doing it a little bit too hard. So just take it back a little bit and be gentle with these feet, but firm with these feet. As that foot starts to move, look, we take hold of it here and we can twist and rotate that foot. Now the next part we want to get moving is the heel. Now your heel is separate from the bones of your toe, okay? And it should be able to move like this and like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get hold of the heel and you're going to push the heel away from you and then pull it towards you. It's not a lot of movement, but we definitely want to be able to utilize the movement that we're supposed to have in that heel. Just push and pull away from you. You could even add a little massage to that, so you could sort of get, if you're not ticklish, get hold of the bottom of the foot and just pull and drag that heel toward you and then push it away, getting that movement. And again, don't be surprised if it doesn't move to begin with. We're going to build up to that. We're going to get it moving. Now we're going to move that heel side to side. So we're going to take hold of the heel, keep hold of the rest of the foot, and you're going to pull the heel towards you and push away. Pull, push. So you can see that heel movement there, going side to side. And when that heel doesn't move, it really limits our gait, and it can also lead to pain through the bottom of the foot that feels a lot like plantar fasciitis, and we definitely don't want that. So a few more times and then relax. Now we're going to start getting some movement through the toes. So we're going to keep the foot planted on the floor and we're going to keep the ball of the foot grounded, and we're going to try and lift the toes away from the floor, and then we're going to press them down, trying to keep the toes as spread far apart as we can. Now, if you're struggling to get these toes to move, by all means, place the fingers behind the toes and help them with a little bit of stretching just to release that fascia around the back of the toes. Bring them down, and we're going to press them down as well. Sometimes that little toe gets a little bit stuck. And then lift the toes, keeping the ball of your foot grounded, and then we're going to press them down, keeping the ball of the foot still grounded. And what this is going to do, it's going to strengthen the top of your foot so that when you walk, you can do that natural, normal action of lifting the toes when we take a step forward. And pressing them down into the carpet a little bit starts to strengthen and activate the bottom of your foot. I'm going to keep that going until you start to feel that achy sensation in the top of the foot and in the bottom of the foot. Pressing down through the toes. Make sure when you press the toes down that the ball of the foot doesn't lift off the floor. Try and keep that contact. Okay, it's getting a little bit achy now. And another cool thing is if you feel up here, if you have your hand on the shin, you'll feel these muscles here starting to work and wake up as well. Okay, that's getting a little bit achy. Now we're going to go into some ankle mobility work. Now, the ankle mobility work is really important because your body is made up of a stack of mobile, stable, and mobile joints. Stability, mobility, stability, mobility. And when a joint that loves to have mobility starts to lose that mobility, then the joint above it, which is a stability-loving joint, starts to overcompensate. So if we lose mobility in the ankle, the knee, which loves stability, will begin to overcompensate, or your lower back will. There will be a video where we do a standing version of this and more weight bearing, but to start off with, we're going to do this without weight bearing so we minimize any chance of injury. So what we're going to do is going to keep the knee still, and you're just going to roll onto the outside edge of your ankle, keeping the knee stable, and then bring it down onto the tripod of your foot and try to lift the outside edge of the foot, rotating the foot the other way. So we're just taking the ankle through its lateral ranges of movement. And notice here I've got hold of my knee and the knee isn't moving. This is going to strengthen, and you'll start to feel it. I'm really starting to feel it. The arches of your foot here now starting to activate, and you've got an arch of the foot here as well. Just rolling that ankle left and right. No chance of injury here because we are not weight bearing. Let's do a few more. You can even do these if you're just sat at your desk or you're sat on your sofa watching TV. We can get movement in that ankle. So this not only strengthens the feet, but also gets into that ankle movement as well. And then just relax, give those toes a little bit of a wiggle. The last exercise that we're going to do here is we're going to do some more rotational movement through the ankle, but also again putting strength into the bottom of the foot, the arches and the top of the foot. We're simply going to lift the foot, trying to pull the top of your foot towards your shin, and then we're going to rotate it away. So you're going to push this ball of the foot away as this one comes towards you, take it down. Press your ball of your foot and your toes into the floor as we just scoop along the carpet, and then rotate the foot, curling your toes under. Oh, that's really going to get the arch of your foot. Bring it up, spread the toes, take it across, and then down again. Look at all the movements here that we have. We're contracting in the arch of the foot here, here, and here. As we lift, we're strengthening the top of the foot, the toe lift, we're rotating the ankle. As we take it down, pressing the toe away, trying to keep those little toes towards you. So again, strengthening the arch of the foot as we take it down, pressing the ball of the foot and the toes into the floor as we scoop it around. You might get toe cramp here. If you do, just stop for a second, give them a little move, a little stretch, and then carrying on. I'm going to aim for about 8 to 12, depending on how you can manage. But look here, look at all that amazing ankle rotation, all the movements of your ankle. And then we're going to do the same exercise, but in reverse, pressing the ball of the foot and the toes into the floor as we take it across. Lift the toes, bring it up, nice and slow. Good, trying to make that circle as big as we can, and then taking it down again. So we're getting into the whole foot. We're getting into the toes, the rotation of the foot, the rotation of the ankle, working and strengthening the top of the foot, the sides of the foot, all three arches, the bottom of the foot. We're strengthening the muscles here at the front of the shin. Again, we're going to go for between 8 and 12. And make sure you're doing these exercises mindfully. We don't just want to go, oh, there we go, 8 rotations. I want you to do it slow, controlled, and with as much effort as you can. Even if that means a little bit of foot cramp, it doesn't matter. We can just stretch the toes, give them a wiggle to get rid of that foot cramp. And foot cramp is a good thing when you're doing these exercises because it means you've got a mass firing of neural pathways and muscles in the foot that may have been a little bit sleepy for a while. And then bring it down, and we'll just, whatever movement feels good in the foot, moving those toes, shaking it, loosening off that foot. And then we've got to do the other side. So I want you to remember, if we don't have good foot and ankle mobility, all the wonderful stuff that we've been doing on developing our spine health, our back strength, and our spine mobility is all going to go to waste unless we get these feet working correctly. So you're going to have to jump back right to the beginning of the video and do the other foot again. And I'll see you in the next video.